What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks Football, and welcome to a video in which we do have to have some uncomfortable conversations because, you know, I find it very interesting, very interesting that, we have a specific league and a I'm moving like them, specific fan base, whether they watch Premier League or don't, praising the Premier League. And they're like, oh my God, the Premier League. It is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Even today, they think it's the best league in the world. But then you get to the round 16 when it really matters. When it really matters. When it really matters. And what do they give you? What do they give you? 1-0 loss again to Galatasaray for Liverpool Football Club. 5-2 to Tottenham. To Atletico, but from Tottenham. 1-1 Newcastle versus Barcelona. Now, from what I heard, Newcastle played better than Barcelona. But still, no result there. Arsenal Football Club at Neverkusen. Yeah, I'm a Bayern fan, and that's what we call them second place Kusen and all. Yeah, fraudulent Kusen, Neverkusen. 1-1. Finally got beat to a set piece, and now they're crying about it. PSG beating Chelsea. Now, I heard the game was more entertaining than it looks, but the mistakes at the back, which is a theme that Premier League fans, they'll call out within themselves, but they will never call out when they argue with other fans. Defensive as hell, isn't it? But then when they play against a top side in Europe, a farmers team, 5-2. Okay. Real Madrid, and I guarantee you, I follow Real Madrid more times than an average Premier League fan. And I can tell you, Real Madrid have not been good this season. 3-0 to Man City, who I gave a lot of praise to be honest. Wow. We need to have this uncomfortable conversation, man. We really do. And this is why I think it's so overrated. Things like this. And I don't care about league form. I know in the league phase, they did what they did. Cool. I get it. They absolutely done their thing. I mean, Chelsea beat Barcelona. Arsenal beat us. You have Man City beating Dortmund. You have, what else you have in the Premier League? Tottenham finishing 4th. But I mean, they had an easy path. But they beat Dortmund, so we'll give them that. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. But then again, it's just like, Liverpool beating Real Madrid is another one. Or when Liverpool beat, who did they play? Inter Milan. Arsenal beat Inter Milan. So I understand why they got giddy in the beginning of the season. But when it matters most, like, where are you? And things may change in the second half. But before I continue, you know what to do. Subscribe, press the alarm bells, feature content notifications. Like, comment, go check socials, and show you're good wherever you are. ZeerTalks FCB in the description, wrestling as well in the description. More content over there. The FCB one's my main channel. Socials are over there. So go check those. Back to the conversation. Listen, like I said, I think the Arsenal Leverkusen, I think Arsenal will still go through. Man City, you never know, but still, Madrid more likely going through when they face us. We'll talk about that on the Bayern channel. Check it out. Barca's beating Newcastle. Tottenham are out. Chelsea are out, most likely. Unless if Chelsea are scumbags and find a way to do a remontada, which I doubt. And Liverpool should be beating Galatasaray at Anfield. So we're looking at probably Liverpool, Arsenal, and I believe that's it. Yeah, Liverpool, Arsenal. Because Chelsea, I think they'll get out to PSG now. Tottenham, they'll get out to Atletico. And Newcastle out to Barca. And yeah, Man City, I'm thinking still that they'll get out to Madrid now after this. Even though I thought Man City would go through. Bro, this league is so, like, how do people enjoy watching side-to-side backwards football? I was watching Arsenal versus Bayer Leverkusen yesterday, and I wanted to sleep. Honestly, Bayer Leverkusen, by the way, didn't even have to play great football. All they had to do is put a few men behind the ball, okay, and catch them a little bit where it hurts. But because they have guys like Gabriel and Capi and them, man, they got away with a little bit of murder. You know what I mean? They got away with a little bit of murder. Bro, David Raya saving them that one time as well. And then that penalty, which I know it's a soft penalty, but Tillman, I don't know what he's doing there, but it is what it is. That's a whole different conversation for a different day. But Arsenal dodged the bullet that game. You know? Liverpool game, I mean, you know, they've not been great this season. They got caught out by the atmosphere of Galatasaray Rams Park. You know, Tottenham mistakes galore. This is a team that's about to get relegated. But some people were trying to big him up because they finished fourth in that, which fine, it's embarrassing in European football. I get it. But when you're playing in the knockout stages, you're playing against the best of the rest. The best of the rest. You see that best of the rest in Europe? Huh? Those best of the rest in Europe, when it matters most, they have this. And they have technical ability, a lot of them. Premier League these days, some of them, I will say, they have the potential to have it, but the managers just coach it out of them. The managers just coach it out of the game because they're more focused on like physicality. They're more focused on side to side. But the best description of English football is they're more afraid of losing matches than they are like what's the word? They're more afraid of losing matches than they are confident of winning them. Does that make sense? They're more afraid of losing them. So they're more worried about losing than they are worried about trying to win. And Arteta's football is the best example. Pep's football has been an example at times. You know, Chelsea, I mean, listen, they attack, but even then, they play slow at times. You know what I mean? Tottenham, one time you'll see attack, another time you see defend, depending on the manager. Newcastle, same thing, I'm guessing, with Eddie Howe. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, when I watch my club Bayern play, company gives my players more freedom. I mean, not everybody gets freedom. There's still the players that need to go by a system, but you'll see players get freedom, which is why Ulisse cooks. See why Diaz plays better football. You'll see Harry Kane benefit a lot as well. You know, or well, let's give another example. Look at Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid, I have to admit, they are like the best example of being on the opposite side of the spectrum because it's like them getting too much freedom with the type of player they have is why they have been suffering for the past few years. But when they are on it, they play better football than English football. When they are on it. But a lot of the times they play similarly to them, which is odd, but it is what it is. Barcelona, as much as I despise that club, play fantastic football under Flick. The only problem with them is they get caught out defensively in the high line. Otherwise, one of the best teams to watch. You know, like realistically speaking. PSG, one of the best teams to watch, realistically speaking. PSG and Bayern play similarly. But you would argue that on paper, PSG, to be fair, have more technically gifted players than us. I can't lie, they do. But we just have more players that are, I'd say, a bit physical. But I feel like we have more blend of physicality and, you know, technical ability, whereas they have full on technique. You get me? But again, the point is, at least European clubs to a degree can balance these things and the mentality. English teams only rely on physicality. Like at some point, this whole money thing that you guys have, it's going to hurt you over time. Now, obviously, it won't hurt them financially unless if other fans are waking up to how bad the football is. But I will say this. It will really hurt the reputation of the press. It's already starting to hurt the reputation. There are fans slowly starting to realize that this football is not great. You're having arguments about teams winning leagues because they're playing bad football, meaning that's the worst winner in history of the Premier League. Doesn't that concern you at all? Doesn't that concern you at all? I'd be concerned personally, honestly. But to be honest, football in general is, I mean, it's getting worse. But like, at least you're seeing a little blend of technique elsewhere than you are in England. So Yeah, and that's not me saying there's no technique in some teams. I mean, I'll give you an example. In the Prem, I rate Verts highly. I rate Cherki highly. Who else do I rate very highly in the Prem? I think Saka needs to get Arteta chains taken out of him. But even then, it won't be as good as some other wingers, but it'll be better than what he's performing at. I need to stop getting run. He needs to stop getting run to the ground as well. Who's another winger that we can talk? And Dai in Everton's another shout. What Cole Palmer? How could I forget about him? You know what I mean? Um, and those are just a few. Like there are players. I'm not saying there isn't, but even then, they don't get allowed to play the football that they want to play, and this is the problem. So again, back to my point, managers in the Premier League or coaches are more worried of losing than they're worried about winning. And this is the problem. Until they fix this problem, their reputation is going to be like this. You can say that they're physically imposing, and you can say that physicality is what you need so you can barge players off the ball, but it can only do you so much when a guy that's technically gifted and has IQ can figure that out and flick you like how Valverde flicked past Mark Gahey yesterday. By the way, Mark Gahey and Semenyo, two physical guys, right? Two physical guys. Now, one's a center back, one's an attacking player. They found out what it's like to be in the Champions League against a European club. Just saying. Just saying. And by the way, I hope you keep that same energy because last season when we got knocked out to Inter Milan, we had fans talking about Michael Olise not turning up when it matters because oh well, he's new to the Champions League, you know, and it's a different kettle of fish. So let's keep that same energy, right? Well, we're gonna keep that same energy, right? And they were also saying Olise plays in the Farmers League as well. So keep that same energy, please. Same energy, yeah? Okay, cool. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Premier League. I generally think it's overrated. Now, has Premier League been terrible for its entire history? No. I actually think there was a point which Premier League football was enjoyable to watch. I just feel like Premier League nowadays is in the gutter. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And like I told you, out of all these teams, I can probably only see two of them qualify, which is Arsenal and Liverpool. Everybody else, I think it's done. It's done. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts. And again, you subscribe, you like, you comment your way, press alarm bells, go check the socials above, channels, description down below. Those are the socials. And yeah, hopefully you're good wherever you are. Please share this video, man. Take care. And until then, take care. Peace out.